What's going on, everybody? It's time. What a win. What a win. This was an incredible win. Thank you guys for those of you who came out to the live stream tonight because it was rocking, man. We had the live stream rocking. You had to be there to witness it. We had like over 20 people in there at this time just watching this game. It was amazing, man. Like, if you can, try to join the live streams because you can get a live reaction of everything that's going on with us. And just look at the stats here. It's like night and day for the Raptors. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. You know, my first thought, I have two first thoughts, actually. So two thoughts, whatever. The first one that comes to mind is RJ. And then the second one is just Thibbs. But let's go with RJ first because he deserves a lot of credit this game, man. I always said that he'll be fine. I always say that. And my thing is that this kid has the mentality of a great NBA player. And why do I say that? Because if you go back to the game before against the Raptors where he shot terribly, I think he went like 0 for 8 or something like that, from three-point line. To come back today and he's 4 for 5 from 3. So what does that tell you? He's not afraid. He's not afraid to fail. And whether it's basketball or it's life, you can't be afraid to fail. That's the only way you become successful. Look, he had 25 today. That's because of his mentality of wanting to be a great NBA player. That's why we got to stick with him. But there's so many other pieces tonight that just hit for us, You got guys like Mitchell Robinson who played great. This is one of the best games I've seen Mitchell Robinson play in a while, Probably in a long time for us that he played, He had just such key stops for us, too. He had the key block. And it just helped us just get going offensively. Offensive rebounds were so crucial in this game, and he was getting them for us, Mitchell Robinson went 8 for 10 from the field. He got 16 points. They were a plus 10 with him for a reason because when he was there, he was beating. He was the guy that really won his battles, And Randle did his thing too with Sabonis, and Miles Turner was really Robinson's guy. And Robinson was fighting him, man, and he won. He won because we wanted to win. And why did we want to win? Because Thibbs makes us believe now that we can win. And that's very important. That's Thibodeau. That's Tom Thibodeau. Yes, we're giving away some threes still. I want us to tighten up a little bit on the three-point line. But for the most part, Thibodeau has got these guys believing, man. Seriously. That leads me to the next point with Tom Thibodeau. This is now becoming a mentality, of wanting to win games. It's not even a question about winning or not. We want to win games. It shows you here. This was neck and neck until we made that 9-0 run. You know what I mean? That just goes to show you the mentality that Thibodeau is bringing to this team, and I'm very proud. I'm very, very proud. Noel. I'm just talking centers right now since I just mentioned Mitch. He had a pretty good game too. He made some. It's the rebounds for me that are very important. He made a couple of really good defensive rebounds and defensive stops when he was in the game, which I thought was very important. Next, we're gonna go to Quickly. Quickly is gonna be a good player in the NBA. You can tell he's gonna be a good player in the NBA. People are talking him point guard. I don't know. He can play the point. But at the 2, he seems to be effective also. He just seems effective at drawing fouls, which is something that we really haven't had yet. But we're starting to get that now with Quick, and we need that because sometimes it's bailing us out. I do think that sometimes when he's on the court, we're waiting too long in the shot clock. And it's actually not just only when Quickly is on the court, but just in general. Sometimes we wait way past 7 seconds in the shot clock to get something up to the hoop. And Quickly bailed us out that one time. That shows you that he's very good at drawing fouls. 3 for 4. From the field for 9 points, but a very important 9 points if you just watch the highlights back. Quickly, it was very important. I'll get to Randle. Don't worry, we're gonna get to Randle. But my next guy up right here is Austin Rivers, and Austin Rivers is very important tonight because I keep thinking about what Austin Rivers said when he came to the Knicks. He said he wanted to change the culture, and then I countered with that. And the first thing I said yes, we hear that all the time that people want to do that. But the second thing for me was that Austin Rivers came from a place where he's always been on championship teams. And I said that it was very important for a guy like Rivers to be on this team because he might have not been the starter all the time on those teams. He's been on teams that know what it takes to win. And that showed you, that 3 that he hit was so important. It changed the game. It really changed the game when he was on the court. It changed the game completely because it allowed us to have some confidence. Even if Indiana came back and scored again, oh, we got this guy now. He had this crazy finish to the hoop, making it look like he was going back to the Ball is Life mixtape days. This guy guy is very good, Austin Rivers. Do not sleep, and he can play point guard. So now we really have Quickly and we have Rivers at the point guard position. I just think that it's a mentality that he brings on the floor that just makes you a little bit more confident that something can still happen, even if we might be in a tight situation where we really haven't been in these situations where it's either win or lose. Usually in past seasons, we'd be down 7 or 8 by now, but these games were close, you know what I mean? Next, Julius Randle. And what I want to tell you today about Julius Randle is that this is the game for me that I'm saying that we need to keep this guy. We need to keep Julius Randle. I don't want Julius Randle to leave this team, no matter if he goes hot and cold from here on out. He only had 12 today, right? But it was a very important 12 because he had 11 rebounds. You know what I mean? He was fighting. He was fighting Sabonis. Sabonis is dangerous. You know what I mean? He was fighting Sabonis and he was winning his battles. That's another thing too that we're doing. Well, individual battles, we're winning them, which allows us to win the game. If you have a guy that's dominating one of your star players, then it's going to be hard for Randle to get going and the overall team to get back into the game. But Randle, especially I would say the first half, it was either or. They were canceling each other out. But then after that, Randle was really winning against Sabonis, and Sabonis was getting frustrated. I don't really care that Randle just had 12 today. It was a very important point, Randle was getting steals. He was getting defense, it's stuff that we haven't seen. We haven't seen it because we really haven't had a coach to really install this mentality of defense and trying to win at the same time. Thibodeau is doing that. I think Julius Randle realizes that this way is the best way going forward. Man, Julius Randle can average 20 and 10 if he wanted to. Taking bad shots. And the points will still come for him. But if he plays the team game the way he's doing, I don't want him to leave. I don't want him to leave at all. Next, we got Bullock. Bullock he's kind of disappointing me a little bit now because he's shooting the three not too well right now, and it's hurting us. That's why late in the game, we took Bullock out and we put Rivers in, and it helped us. It helped us a lot. I would want Bullock to try something else besides just shooting that three sometimes. Try to get inside. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell that was over there. Freaking ghost. But for me, he's definitely the guy that I would take out now and maybe insert somebody else. You can't really put Knox in there because Knox as well, he's not having a good time. And he's going to play less, Kevin Knox. He really is going to play less. He has to be careful with this because when Burks comes back, believe me, Burks is going to play. So it's going to shuffle the rotation even more. You know what I mean? So that's just the thing right now for Bullock and Knox as well. Not with Knox, we know it's a confidence issue, but his shots just don't look good either. You know what I mean? It's both with him. Knox doesn't have the same mentality RJ does, being able to bounce back from games once he has a bad game. Knox seems to really have it in his head like, man, this was a rough one. Oh, please let me hit this one. I missed again. Please let me hit this one. I missed again. He needs to drain that out because I think he has talent, but we can find somebody else at small forward that can step up. I believe it. Trust me, I do. Next, we have Peyton. Alfred Peyton had 19 points today. Huh? 19 points? How? It's a quiet 19 points, but I like it. He was aggressive, He was very aggressive. He was very aggressive going to the paint. And it seems to be one of his strengths, so he has to keep on doing that. Sometimes he can still be a little bit hesitant trying to find that pass once he's already close to being inside the paint. You got to keep on driving because he's drawing fouls. We always joke in the live stream that RJ needs to learn a little bit more from Peyton as far as getting the actual fouls go, when you drive. Alfred Payton today, very solid, 8 for 17. That's what you want. 3 for 4 from the free throw line. +6 with him on the court. Everybody was either +5 or higher. That shows you that you're going to win the game. Most likely if your starting unit is doing that. And it's a quiet 19 points. It's a quiet 19 points, but it was a much needed 19 points because it was getting tight down the stretch. Down the stretch it really was. And in the first and second quarter especially, Peyton was really that guy that's giving us something else. And it intrigues me now because I have at least 3 players in Randle, Peyton, and Burks that I definitely want to stay. And of course, Mitchell Robinson too. And RJ Barrett is a given. But I'm more talking about the guys who might be out of a contract after this year. You got to sign those 3 guys first. You got to keep them. After that, I think I mentioned just about everybody. What to do going forward? We got the Hawks on Monday. More of the same. We got to guard that 3-point line. It will be a similar challenge, but with an even more dangerous point guard. You know what I mean? A very dangerous point guard, and Trae Young. He's gonna come into the building, so we got to be prepared for that. I really do think that this team is buying into what's going on, man, and it's allowing us to win games. And I do think that a transformed Julius Randle playing this way is gonna help us so much. Once Burks comes back, I can't wait for Burks to come back. He's gonna hit some shots for us, man. This team is gonna surprise a lot of people. Believe me, they really are gonna surprise a lot of people. They're gonna surprise people. And it's good for the spirit of the team because it allows us to grow as a unit. And who knows where we can go from there. Obi is still hurt. We got stuff that we can develop with Obi, but since Obi is developing, Randall needs to stay. To me, Barrett is developing. He's gonna have his up and down games, but we know that. But as far as the guys we're keeping, I'm gonna say it again. Randall for me is in no matter what happens. I seen something different today that I needed to see from him defensively that allows me to believe that Randall can really do this, and be this guy along with, for me, Peyton and Burks. And then I'm not sold on Bullock yet because I think we can get something else. But the other guys that I said were having bad games, in especially Knox, Knox's spot is definitely in danger, and he needs to work on that. But yeah, man, woo, that was a lot. 106, 102 Knicks, man. I'm so happy. Thank you guys for joining that live stream. That live stream was amazing, man. That live stream was rocking. Just know, if you see the notification with me live streaming, watch that, bro. Watch that. You already know. And I should say girls too, because we got ladies on the channel as well watching. So, like, comment, rate, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What did you think of the game? Where do you think we are going forward? For now, it's your boy Don. You already know. I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace. I'm out.